welcome to the Lytecast, episode 16. High in citrus edition.
Jeez.
Wow.
We've been eating our oranges this week, haven't we?
Oh, the
Haven't we?
acidic, Luke.
Yep.
It's so acidic.
So we don't get scurvy in Assassin's Creed 4.
Wow.
Mm.
Oh,
that the opposite
something to refer to.
If I had actually thought about this before I started, I would actually call it Manswine edition, but it's too late now.
Well, that would actually make sense with what we've got for the. For the internet.
You can hear that plane landing in the background of my house, can't you?
Yep.
That's good. That's a good way to start. We're not going to stop. We're not going to start again because at the Lighthouse we have integrity, and that means we never do a second take. Never.
We're like Christian Bale. We're the Christian Bales of.
I've done hours
really
and
good
hours
content.
of content, and it's got corrupted. Never done it again.
Well,
Don't do
it's
second
true.
takes. Don't do
We just
second
ditched
takes.
it.
Never. I hate second takes. They are for posers.
Wow.
That's why I don't watch films.
Wow. And you don't watch life model painting
I don't understand.
because they pose. Luke.
Oh, jeez.
I honestly don't know why that would have to do with second takes. Anyway, what have you been playing, Michael?
I've been playing lots of games, Luke.
Have you?
No, just
Name
just
10.
2. I've been playing Destiny again still, and I've also been playing the new Super Smash Bros. Which came out on last Saturday. Yes.
That must be fun for you.
Wow, please sound more sarcastic. Do you want me to talk about it?
Yes. 'Cause
Okay.
let's get it over with quick so we can move on to other things.
Yeah. It's a ton of fun because half the fun experience is unlocking all the new characters and going through that whole process. And all of the new game modes that they added for the 3DS version. It's fun. They've got a combination between the old target practice that they had in the other games, and they've included like an Angry Birds ripoff sort of mode where you hit a bomb for damage, and then when it's built up enough damage, you smack it real far into these wooden and metal structures, like in Angry Birds, and then you hit the targets, and get points.
Wow.
Yeah. It's super good. No, sarcasm aside, it's actually really fun. They've got all of the survival horde mode things back, which are fun. And they've got a new story-esque mode where you spend about 5 minutes killing as many enemies as possible and getting all these power-ups, and then once you've gotten all the power-ups from that, you go into a round with 3 other people, and you try and kill them with their power-ups as well. So you try and get as many power-ups as you can in that first 5 minutes. It's very interesting and a lot of fun, and I am enjoying the heck out of it. I've pumped about 20 hours into it.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Nathan, what have you been playing?
I've been playing Shadow of Mordor.
We'll get to that later. We'll talk about it for a lot.
Oh, yes.
You been playing anything else?
Yeah, I also, because I've been playing Shadow of Mordor, downloaded Medieval 2 Total War, and then got the Third Age Total War mod for it, and it's incredible.
Yeah, I've played that for a bit before, and it's pretty fun. I can never get used to the controls of the old Total War games, though. They always are really annoying.
Yeah.
They're not great. They never controlled great.
What, you just press it left and they're like, no, thank you.
Then it turns the camera counterclockwise.
Why?
Reasons?
What have you been playing, Luke?
I've been playing Shadow of Mordor, known to us in the industry as SOM. That's what we call it.
Yep. Okay.
Apart from that, I played Heavy Bullets, because I bought that, and that's a fun little roguelike adventure.
That's the one where you run around, shoot a bullet, and then pick it up again.
It is, indeed. Because it was cheap, and I liked it. So now I've got that, and that's the only 2 games I've really been playing.
Huh. Having fun with them.
Yeah, they're alright, aren't they? Oh, I played the new beta release of RimWorld. That's great, you can harvest organs now. And give people robotic limbs.
Sweet.
And euthanize prisoners. If you don't feel like selling them off, you can just...
Oh, sounds like you've been having a ton of fun.
I have. I usually get like the new alpha of that game, play it for like 4 hours straight, die, and then never play it until the next release.
Wow, that sounds fulfilling and a good, good time spent. Video games. On the topic of video games.
Oh no.
This podcast.
What kind of vague fucking segue is that? On the topic of video games, literally any of our topics we could go into.
Yeah. See, Luke, I opened the gates to possibility.
The only way you could fuck up is if you suddenly started complaining about it or talked about steamed hams. Steamed hams.
Steamed hams.
Steamed hams.
Hams or hands?
Hams.
I was going to say. Steamed hands.
Let's move on. This is bloody awful. Speaking of bloody awful, Ubisoft's PR team is not having a great time because they're shit.
That's how you segue.
So Ubisoft, they released some specs for Assassin's Creed 5. They were like, it's going to be 900p, 30 FPS on both consoles to not spark debate. This obviously sparked a debate. And after a little while, they came out and said, oh no, we actually tried really hard to get the best out of the consoles, which is obviously not true because the PS4 is more powerful than the Xbox One. That's just a fact. So you could do better on the PS4. And so because they absolutely just totally changed tack to the exact opposite, everyone's like, please stop with your bullshit again, Ubisoft. Because that seems to be their general PR tactic, lie, then lie on the opposite end of the spectrum. Just
Luke,
go between those two lies.
It's what they did with Watch Dogs, and that worked.
Lies. They just keep doing it. All the time, it's ridiculous. And, so yeah, they didn't get a good time. But then BioWare came out with their specs for Dragon Age Inquisition. And it's running at 900p 30 FPS on the, Xbox One, but it's running at 1080p on the, PS4. They're like, we actually went to get the best out of the consoles because that makes sense and we're not morons.
Wow.
And they they were basically just talking shit about Ubisoft so much. So, yeah. Inquisition is looking awesome, and I am so happy that they're doing the good things.
Yeah.
The exact quote is, we maximize the current potential of each platform.
So they're heading away from Dragon Age 2, I presume.
Yeah, because that was horrible.
Wow.
Let's never talk about it again. Though some people seem to like it now, and they are obviously wrong.
It's because it's meta, Luke.
Yeah, I can never enjoy. I'm trying to get through it, so I have a save for Inquisition. I got through like the original one. I got through Awakening, and getting through Dragon Age 2 is such a slog. I can't handle it.
So is it like Mass Effect where the save file goes across?
Yeah.
Yeah,
cool.
It is. Yeah.
I just don't know why. I don't enjoy anything about that game.
Ugh, it's not great.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's because it's compared to the first one. If they were separate entities, it might.
Yeah,
be
I would
okay.
actually enjoy it a lot more. And also, if they didn't just use the same areas for the entire game.
Oh god.
Like the first couple times they do it, you're like, it's not too bad. But by the end, you're just so bored. So bored.
But Luke, it cost 500 million to make.
Yeah, and then you could enter a word, blah 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 blah.
I'm sorry. I still enjoy Destiny. I should just put out that little disclaimer. It was too good to be true.
Okay. Mountain Blade Warband. Quite an old game now, isn't it? Warband. It's great fun if you haven't played it. Have you both played it?
I have not.
I played it a little bit, but unfortunately that was like right before my computer fucked up, and then I lost my Steam account.
Yeah, it's a long game. You don't like starting again, but it is so much fun. There's a couple mods you can get that make it better, and it's so much fun to play. And it's a great time. And they're releasing it. There's rumors that there's new DLC coming out, which would be incredible.
Wait. How old is the game?
Quite.
And they're bringing out DLC now.
Yeah. And now, apparently the rumor is that it's being made, they're like outsourcing it to a modding team that did some good mods for Warband. Yeah, and they're basically hiring them to make a bit of DLC while they're working on the Mountain Blade Bannerlord, which looks really great.
I mean, that makes sense. I'm surprised that other companies haven't done this before.
No, I don't know.
Because, you're getting twice the amount of work done. And...
So of course, when you're hiring out a mod team, they're kind of a bit more untested in their professionalism.
Yeah. I suppose. But you can
It's a bit
always
of a
be like,
risk.
this is definitely made by the fans. The fans made it. Hooray, we're good, right?
They're still
Fans.
selling it under their name,
I suppose.
so they have to take responsibility for that shit.
Yeah, I know, but it's only coming out on the PC, right?
Yep.
And usually, I'm, trying not to generalize, but usually PC gamers are more aware of these sort of things.
Still doesn't mean they can't not take responsibility.
Yeah, I suppose.
Minecraft is coming to the phone.
Again.
Rejoice! Another platform to play Minecraft suboptimally.
But it's already on the phone.
But the
isn't it, Luke?
Windows Phone,
Oh!
the Microsoft who just bought
Oh.
Minecraft Windows Phone. Yeah, I can't wait. I've got a Windows Phone. I'm never gonna buy it because
Wow.
why would I want to subject myself to those controls?
Yeah. I have to admit, I
Fucking horrible.
did buy Pocket Edition on my iPhone.
That's because you
And,
are horrible.
I played it for about a week and then haven't played it since.
That's because
Because I've got a
controls are
computer
horrible.
and it's substantially better.
My
But why
cousin
don't?
has it.
Oh, jeez.
I played it, and it was horrifying.
Yeah.
To say
The
that.
controls are just
Why don't you get it on
headache-inducing.
console so you can pay money for skins?
Oh!
Doesn't
Why
that
haven't
sound
I
like a
thought of
good
that
time?
already? Luke, it's because the marketing hasn't reached me yet. As soon as that happens, mindset change.
Speaking of marketing, though, you might realize I'm getting through these quick. It's because I just want to get through.
Yeah.
But
You want to start talking about Shadow of Mordor thing?
yeah, really. Actually, I really want to
Oh,
talk about
God.
Shadow of Mordor. But
For
anyway,
a long time.
EA came out and they were like, "Oh yeah, when we released Battlefield 4, it was shit. Hey, yeah, it was so bad. What a shit game. Anyone who bought it is an idiot. Wow, what a terrible. Please buy a new game. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be way better than that other one. You know,
Oh, good.
that one that was shit. Who made that? Oh, it's horrible. Oh, put it away. Put it in the
Yeah.
corner. Put it in the cupboard. Throw the cupboard into the fire and throw the fire into the river. Oof, jeez, no. Let's buy Battlefield Hardline, everyone.
Then record that video of you throwing it into the river, make money off YouTube revenue, and then use that revenue to purchase Battlefield Hardline.
Battlefield Hardline is going to not be great.
It's you don't know, Luke. It
No.
could be.
It's getting too close to release now. I can't go off the idea that it's just a ridiculous game anymore. That it's gonna be shit. The idea of Battlefield Cops and Robbers is still ridiculously awesome, but it's gonna be a bad game. It's gonna be horrible.
But Luke, you said that you enjoyed Battlefield 4, even though it was the glitchiest game since.
Yeah. Yeah, I enjoy it now that
Colonial Marines.
I enjoy it now that like
That was
some of the bugs have been fixed.
Oh.
Not even all of them, just some.
We'd fix some of our game for you.
No, it's ridiculous.
Oh,
Speaking of ridiculous, this name. Life is feudal, your own.
What?
Life is feudal, your own.
Alright.
That's a name.
Okay, wait, don't tell us any more. Nathan, based on the name alone, what would you say the game is about?
I want to say that you are is it an RTS?
Life is feudal, your own.
JRPG, right?
Okay, yep.
I don't know, I'm guessing.
Because of the shit grammar thing it came from Japan.
No, because they usually, I'm looking at Square Enix right now. Life is Feudal, it is about,
Better not fuck this up.
I'm trying. It is about the gimmick of respawning, right? But then halfway through the game, you lose this ability, and whenever you die, your character loses a limb.
Do you have that many limbs?
Yeah, it's pretty easy.
And that's
going, though.
basically just Dark Heresy.
Wow. Oh, how close was I to the money, Luke?
Nowhere near.
Oh, good.
It is a realistic medieval multiplayer sandbox with terraforming, free preset and modular building construction, rich crafting, survival, no target physics-based combat, original combat formation system, and numerous other features. It's basically a medieval, survival crafting game.
But look, with a name
Are those?
that's
Should we
got
just
its
start
head-
calling all those Minecraft clones? Is that what they are, or are they just open world survival games?
We should call them Minecraft clones, except
Because they basically
online.
Are. Yeah,
They're
you
actually
can play
kind-
Minecraft online.
Minecraft.
That's true,
Uh,
but most people don't. I want to
The
say.
only reason everyone's talking about this is because the name is just ridiculous.
yeah, I was going to say, with a game that's got its head so firmly up its own rear end, you'd have to assume that it's going for something more profound than run around, hit your friends.
Or it was made by the Dutch.
Wow. Oh, well. Any particular reason why the Dutch?
I don't know. No, don't
Oh.
think they can write. I'm not basing that on anything, just racism.
Oh, fair enough. That's all right then. I was worried that there was deeper meaning behind it.
No, it's fine.
Just shallow racism.
We don't
is
need
fine.
Dutch listeners. Well, considering we've been able to get up to this many episodes, it turns out we don't need any listeners.
Success.
Dude,
Oh, dear.
Speaking of success, have any of you been watching the Avatar Legend of Korra?
I've been planning to. I've gotten through like first 2.5 seasons, I think.
The second season's shit. Third season is amazing. Watch the third season, it's great.
Well,
Awesome, fantastic. And the game looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I've heard that it's
It looks-
it's really,
Yeah, I
Got
like it.
potential.
I like the look. And yeah, I'm pretty hyped for it, because
which is odd because the first series, the Last Airbender game, was pretty
Shit.
mediocre.
yeah, it's made by Platinum Games, the people you may know for making The Wonderful 101, and also Bayonetta.
Wow. Oh, okay.
This company
then,
just-
yeah, very
They
much
stick
so
to character action games, but they go all over the place with theme. Like
Indeed.
Bayonetta to Wonderful 101.
They're both amazing games, though.
Like,
so
pull up a picture of Bayonetta, then put it side by side with Wonder Red, and just...
that
How?
makes sense, Luke.
Uh,
Oh, dear.
Star Wars The Old Republic has announced Shadow of Revan expansion. Didn't look
Ooh.
anything into it because I don't want to learn about it at all.
that sounds fun.
Wow.
So I might have
No.
a look. Tell you next time.
I'm on strike. Knights of the Old Republic 5 ever. If they make
Okay.
Knights of the Old Republic 3, then maybe I'll start looking at stuff. But no.
Okay.
Wow. You just have to run a computer that will, play 1 and 2 first.
And this is something that I just found funny, is that if you play Smash online, Smash Brothers Online, if you keep attacking the same person over and over again, it will kick you out of the game
because
for
in
repeatedly
Nintendo's
attacking
eyes,
the same
it's,
person.
It's violent cyberbullying. Like,
It's so ridiculous. Like, no, please don't do that. Oh dear, you're hurting his feelings. Please stop killing. Oh dear. Most games reward you. Like Team Fortress 2, if you keep killing the same guy, they become your nemesis.
I'm gonna straight up say, fuck Smash Bros.
wow.
Fuck that game.
Why?
Because it's shit.
It's
Jeez.
fun. It's
It's not.
amazing.
It's not shit.
Wow. I really don't. Okay. Super Smash Bros. Fun party game. Best case scenario, you're playing with a bunch of people. So I can understand why they have the online mode to kind of make up for that because they've got it on handheld. But with a game that it matters so much, timing and everything, I really don't understand why they have online because it tends to be rather glitchy and laggy and it freezes quite a bit. So
That's not a fault. Like, fighting games can work perfectly fine on online and have for like 10 years. That's just shit netcode by Nintendo.
yeah, I suppose. Yeah.
I'm gonna slap
Okay.
a big
Well,
old, no one gives a fuck on that.
wow.
I think a lot of people do give a fuck, actually, Dave. A large portion of Wii U... no one gives a fuck.
Right?
Wow.
Oh, shots fired at Wii U. Hey,
Oh,
no one
shots fired
buys
at
it.
me. Oh,
Yeah,
got
you didn't.
Wii.
You didn't actually buy a Wii U. It's an illusion.
wow. It's a wonderful illusion, Luke. A wonderful illusion created by Nintendo.
You just bought a Wii, an original Wii with an Exorcist etch. How do you pronounce that? Exorcist etch on the side. thought it was a new
the
console.
illusion, Luke. It keeps me up at night.
Then you bought New Super Mario Bros. Wii, but then someone said you should buy it, so you thought they said New Super Mario Bros. Wii U, and you're like, oh.
And then I bought it, Luke.
Yeah. God, they really need to figure out how to name shit, Nintendo. Because it was like New Super Mario Bros. Then Wii, New Super Mario Bros. DS. Now we've got New Super Mario Bros. Wii U. Where are they going to go after that?
Life is feudal. Your own brothers 5.
You. Right, let's get on to the main event. I want to talk about Shadow of Mordor a lot. Because it is awesome, and
it's incredible.
Let's just not beat around the bush. We're going to talk about the Nemesis system, because if it wasn't for that, it would basically be Assassin's Creed 5.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Unity. Oh, that's a dumb name.
Yeah. It makes the game so much better than it has any right to be. It's so good. I don't know why.
For those who don't understand what you're talking about, I assume the system where you attack somebody and if you don't kill them, they become your nemesis, I suppose, or
yeah, and and there's like a hierarchy of the orcs that you're fighting.
Yeah, so if you
and
take
you'll
out
meet these different
a leader,
orcs, they'll
then
have
their
power,
second in command gets promoted.
Yeah, they'll have their own power struggles. You can interfere with that. You can later in the game start like recruiting people to your side who can work up that same ladder and stuff like that, and it's ridiculous. And it gives the game such a good personality because it's got all these like orcs, and they've got enough voice actors and different like pieces of dialogue that they all feel unique.
Oh, it's so
like,
great.
You won't very often come across two guys who are the same.
Yeah, like I was talking to Nathan yesterday.
Whiner? Luke, have you had a whiner yet?
No, I've had a guy who laughs.
Oh yeah, there's one guy that doesn't, like, there's some of them that don't talk at all, they just sort of like fucking like stare at you. And that's great.
I've had one of those, and he just laughs.
Yeah,
it was ridiculous.
I had one guy who just complained about everything.
That's fantastic.
It was fucking great. I kept him alive for ages, because every time I showed up he was like, oh, now what? It was fucking great.
Yeah, I was talking to Nathan yesterday as he was playing, and one of the orcs had a lisp. And he was,
it was great. Holy shit, I love the ones with lisps.
Having a great time. Yeah, and from what I've heard...
Is this really the way I die?
That's fantastic.
And from what I've grasped of the game, their different weaknesses and everything that they are advanced in, so to speak, really changes how they react.
Yeah.
It's nice how you have to kill them.
It's practically like randomly generated bosses, which is awesome.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Mm.
And as they get better, they refine like their weaknesses and strengths.
The best part is it's not really randomly generated though. It relies a lot on what you do to them in combat.
Yeah.
And if they get away, then they like evolve because of what you've done to them, or what they've done to you, or how you reacted to them.
It just makes the entire world seem so much more deep and like living.
Right.
Than any other sandbox game I've played.
Yeah.
Like, it always feels like there's actual other stuff going on.
Yeah.
While you're doing your own shit, and it's fantastic.
So, shall we quickly address the fact that a lot of people have been calling it Assassin's Creed Batman?
Yeah,
but they can shut the fuck up. Because...
No. I'm not accusing it of doing that.
No one's like, seriously, like... It's more of just talking shit than anything.
Yeah, I know. The thing is, though, all it's done is borrowed mechanics that work really well in other games, and they've made it work to their advantage. And it really does work to their advantage. It's a fucking excellent game.
It plays a lot like Batman, but that's not a bad thing, because Batman plays good. And I'm fine with that.
Exactly.
So, how do because you've got the parkour kind of skills of Assassin's Creed.
Oh, no, it's way better than Assassin's Creed because it doesn't make you search for handholds. He just rockets up.
It's got that sort of mechanic, and then it's coupled with the combat system of Batman. How did they kind of tie the two together?
Really well.
Yeah, but like you don't really do both. You're either fighting or the running is only really a way to get from A to B. It's very streamlined for that. Like, you can just run up an entire, like, 2 stories with a single jump or something like that.
I have found that sometimes especially when like captains run away, when you either initiate them with fear, with like something that they fear, or like when you just defeat them to the point where they want to run away.
Yeah.
And when they start running, especially if they're in a Stronghold, then the free running really comes into it then, because it's like a chase in Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, okay.
That's the one time that I've really seen both of them like come to play together.
And when you said
just like pin them or arrow teleport towards them.
And to be honest, all the stealth skills feel exactly like Hidden Blade techniques in Assassin's Creed, but that's not necessarily a bad thing.
Except it doesn't have a double takedown, which I was very disappointed about.
Yeah, well, at the same time though, the whole counter thing has like a double counter, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
When you said initiate something that causes fear in the character, can you go into that?
Well, I mean, like with the Nemesis system, especially if you've fought a captain before, if you like throw him through fire and he survives that and then runs away, he might be scared of fire from then on.
Or he might become enraged by it.
Oh, or that too. Like there's different
Which is then great.
Like, yeah. I mean, one guy I was with, he had that perk where he's like a horn blower, so all the orcs around will just run to his aid as soon as he blows a horn. And then I set some Caragors free, and they fucking obliterated the rest of like all the orcs that came. And then he ran away. And the next time I saw him, he had an intense hatred for Caragors.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I hate the horde blower guys, because I had one, and I ended up. It took me ages to try and get him killed, and I ended up with like 4 other captains there. It was so bad.
They call everyone in, especially in Strongholds. They're just fucking like, oh my god.
I told Nathan this story before, but one of the first like war chiefs I killed, I found out he was vulnerable to Caragors, like he could get one shot killed. So when I found him, I released a couple Caragors out so I could try and kill him with those. And it turns out that both of his bodyguard, 2 of his bodyguards, were afraid of Caragors, so they immediately ran away. But one of them gets enraged, so he was double strength. So it's really interesting how it all like plays against it to create these personalities.
Yeah, and like it even influences the way or like the order in which you have to defeat his bodyguards and things. Because one guy they get that perk that makes them hate the suffering of their master or whatever it was.
Oh, that one's fucking annoying.
And then Jesus Christ, as soon as you like even if you can get one combat finisher in on a war chief, and like I had both his bodyguards had the hatred of suffering.
Yeah,
master thing, and I was like, Jesus Christ, I've really made things difficult for myself here.
Yeah, and also you can get some really interesting combinations. Like I got a guy who had a crossbow. He had extra damage on it, triple multi-shot, and poison, so one shot from him could basically get me down to a quarter health.
Wow.
It was, it took me ages to try and kill him.
Yeah.
But, yeah, mark my words, next generation
is it like, assassination missions in Assassin's Creed where you have to enter this stronghold and kind of take down everybody else and then
but because it's actually...
In a way.
Except better, because you have to like figure it out for yourself. You go find a guy to learn about this war chief, then you see what it is. So you have to make your own kind of
strategy,
mission parameters and strategy about how to exploit his weaknesses instead of the game just telling you, which is way better.
Yeah, okay.
It's probably one of the first games I've played that actually feels next gen to me. Like this is where, mark my words, the next generation of open world games will all have a Nemesis system. Yeah, every single one.
Yeah. I mean, they have to at this point. It's proven so.
This coming Assassin's Creed won't because it's too close.
Yeah.
Every single game after Assassin's Creed 6, no way they won't put a Nemesis system in that.
Yeah, true. And Shadow Mordor is also made by Ubisoft, isn't it?
No, it's made by Monolith. I found this out the other day.
Yeah.
So all the jokes you were making the other day about how, like, Assassin's Creed, it was completely invalid. It wasn't Ubisoft, you dick.
I know, I was just trying to throw you
off. If it was Ubisoft, though, then, it would definitely be in the newest
I was going to say, because if it was Ubisoft, I wouldn't see any reason why they wouldn't put it into a...
There's probably a couple guys at Assassin's Creed 5 HQ right now like, oh, shit! God, do we have enough time to fit this system in? Can we do it?
Oh, God.
If we whip the programmers harder, will they make it work?
We don't have enough resources for female models, but we do have enough resources for a Nemesis system.
Yeah. It's going to be the thing, and I'm so happy because I love like pseudo, like randomly generated pseudo kind of roguelike-y stuff, and that this totally hit my buttons. I was like, this is so awesome. I love everything about this.
So coupled with the story.
Sorry, I just looked out my window and my neighbour's walking past with lederhosen on.
Oktoberfest. Let's all get drunk at Oktoberfest.
Oh, jeez.
Brilliant. The story, how does that measure up?
It's
with the
fine until the end.
Oh god, the one thing.
Wait. Should we have like a
spoiler warning?
Yeah, okay.
But not really, because I mean, I'll just say that the final fight is quite disappointing.
It's so shit. I honestly think they at least meant to have a third area.
Big boss. Why couldn't it be just a fucking big war chief? I mean,
he was easier than the war chiefs.
I know. Not just easier. It was a fucking quick time event.
Yeah.
Let's not beat around the bush here.
I swear they're meant to be a third area in that game.
Yeah.
It feels like there was going to be a third area, and it just didn't come.
Yep.
Well,
I think they got rushed to finish the end. Oh, as soon as that DLC comes out with a new area, I'm getting that shit.
Oh, shit.
Don't give a fuck about any of the other DLC. Yeah, but I looked up what the other DLC is. I'm like, don't care. Don't give a fuck. I just want a new area. Everything else can fuck off.
Well.
I'm not gonna lie. I just want a new area to fuck around with more orcs.
So, Nemesis system aside, just going through the story beats, about how much time did it take, do you think?
I think
the story itself would have been about 18 hours, I think.
Oh, really? I completed in like 8 to 10.
Right. Well, motherfucker, I was fucking around for a little bit, but like some of the war bosses I got early on were like fucking tough. That one guy came back 5 times, 5 fucking times.
Yeah.
I killed him. He came back. It's ridiculous.
Wait, can you explain how he comes back?
Okay, well, I'm not quite sure exactly how it works or how they decide whether.
I think it's mostly random whether they come back.
Yeah, I think it's just random. I mean, I'm pretty sure one of the deaths was I chopped his fucking head off, but he still came back.
It was fantastic.
Jesus Christ! But like one time I threw him in a fire, which killed him, and then he came back wearing like bandages around his head, and then another time he came back and he had a fucking hook for a hand because apparently I chopped his arm off or some bullshit. And he just kept coming back, and then he ended up with a face mask on because I fucked him up so bad that he couldn't breathe properly or whatever the fuck.
Wow.
It was incredible.
Persistence is key.
And he was tougher every fucking time. It's incredible.
Wow.
That was one of the best experiences I've had.
So the living embodiment of whatever doesn't kill you makes you 10 times stronger
in a way,
and also ugly.
It was Gravewalker versus a fucking orc Gravewalker, which it was incredible. Holy shit!
Okay, if that was DLC, I'd totally buy that.
Oh my God.
like a versus mode where you're both trying to like kill or control your other orcs. So you try and build up this huge. Oh,
that would be incredible.
Yeah. I think the only kind of DLC other than a new area or that I'd buy is if they added new stuff like for the orcs, like new traits.
Oh, yeah.
If they added that, I'd get it and start a new playthrough. Or if they added a hard mode. Because after a little, like
as soon as you get all of the traits that are on the tree and stuff, it starts to get a little mediocre.
Yeah.
So, like, when you can... Have you got the fucking perks that just let you do endless combat finishes?
Yeah, it gets very ridiculous.
You can fucking kill a war chief instantly with that. You just fucking turn it on and then just go nuts.
Yeah. I feel like I wanted some kind of challenge mode, because once you figured out the ins and outs of the systems, like, controlling war chiefs became a lot easier.
Yeah.
Like, it became just go to this guy, get him. You only need, like, 1 or 2 decent bodyguards under your control to pretty much guarantee you're going to get that guy down.
Which is kind of why I want to go back and, like, just reset the game so that I can play through it again, because it's so much fucking fun that I just want to, like...
I really want a New Game Plus, because I don't want to, like, fuck around with the story anymore. I just want to do the 2 areas from scratch.
What would they give you as bonuses for New Game Plus, though?
I just want all the skills unlocked.
Oh, yeah.
All skills unlocked, but orcs are a bit harder to kill.
Yeah.
Okay, can you break down what you mean by the 2 zones? Like,
well, there's Udun and the Sea of Nurnen, which are like 2 areas within Mordor. And I mean, there's a lot more land that they could play with, so I'm pretty sure at some point they're going to put at least like one.
Like, you know, when you land, like near the end, you actually do enter a new area.
Yeah,
and then you just go do you kill a boss, you enter a new area, and then you kill the final boss.
Yeah, that's it. That was incredible.
I swear there was meant to be that was meant to be an area.
Yeah,
and that'll probably be the DLC.
I mean, I thought there were actually supposed to be like 3 Black Hand bodyguards or whatever Black Hand captains, but there was only 2, and then the main Black Hand. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, I swear that was meant to be another area, because I kept like waiting for it to be like, oh, now we're in a new. It felt like it was just about to do it, and then it didn't.
That was another thing that pissed me off. The first Black Hand captain fight was fucking incredible. That guy with the mace, holy fuck!
Yeah, it was real difficult.
Like that was good. And then I played the second one, which is basically just walk around and try to figure out which one's the real one, and then stab him with it, and then you win. And that pissed me off. And then we got to Quick Time Boy, which is
Quick Time Boy.
Oh yeah, that was the second Black Hand, the guy who you had to go and like train, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was fucking. It was another Black Hand captain. It was
seriously.
Bullshit.
I played this like a week ago. I totally thought that was the final boss as well. They just kind of merged together.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that ending was really lackluster. The rest of the game, great. That ending,
I like the way that it finished back at the Black Gate. That was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Other than that, Jesus Christ, it was.
What are the graphics like?
Good.
Incredible.
Wow.
Good. They're good.
No.
I'm not going to say incredible.
No, it was fucking really good. I like.
I'm gonna have to reach out and touch a penguin for it to be incredible.
Wow.
Neither of you saw the hype for Happy Feet when it was coming out, did you?
No, I did not.
The director was like, oh yeah, we animated every single hair. It's like you can reach out and touch a penguin. I love that line. Oh, I always want to reach out and touch penguins.
I'd love to reach out and touch penguins.
Penguin Simulator 2015.
Yeah. So there we go. That's Shadow of Mordor.
Yep.
Wait.
Can't wait for everything to use the Nemesis system, and it's going to get a sequel.
Yeah. I hope
Just
so.
wait.
Oh, and put it in another part of put it in Isengard or some shit. I don't know.
Shadow of Mordor 2, Shadow of Isengard.
Play with the fucking the lore a bit more, because I mean it was fun and everything, but there's a lot more stuff that you could do with it. And everyone said, it's limited by the setting because you can't face Sauron, you can't have the big boss. But that's what the Nemesis system was there for.
That's why I kind of can't wait till other games use it, so we can get other shit. If they went, I'm so sad that Assassin's Creed 4 didn't get a Nemesis system. Imagine other pirate captains.
Oh, Jesus, that would.
You had to go and go on their pirate ships and duel them, and then make them your subordinates.
And then take their.
It would have been so great.
Holy fuck!
Brilliant.
Black Flag with Nemesis would actually be one. So, I would have loved it.
So, overall thoughts?
Incredible.
Shadow of Mordor, great.
There was a couple things that weren't so great, but for the most part...
Get it just to play the Nemesis system.
My favourite game this generation so far.
So, would you suggest that people buy it?
Yeah.
Buy it now.
Yeah, it's really good.
Brilliant.
First actual new generation game, I think.
Well,
First game that I played and actually thought, yeah, this is new generation.
Yeah.
This actually feels new and different and building upon stuff that came before.
Using
and
that
just
phrase
to
innovation.
specify, Luke, you played it on PC and Nathan played it on Xbox One.
Yeah.
Yep.
Xbox One.
Because I've played all the other games and they just feel like last generation games with a new coat of paint.
True.
It's like, this feels like it's got gameplay that's like last generation, but it's got this new cool system on top.
Yeah.
Which apparently they can't do on the old systems because it takes too much like RAM and CPU space to actually simulate all this stuff going on in the background.
Yeah.
I don't want to say that they've perfected what they tried last generation, but they at least took the best bits of it and then ran with it.
I think the combat could have a few tweaks done to it to make it a bit smoother. Like, it was just underneath Batman levels of like, oh, this combat's so fun!
Yeah.
It felt like every now and then I'd get hit and I'd be like, I pressed the button there.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
Would you say more variety in the fighting styles as well?
Yeah. Apparently, like, people were looking through the code, like the lore in the game, whatever that's called, like the little wiki thing, and a lot of the descriptions for other feats, like the unstunnable stuff, it sounds like they were meant to be other enemies.
Oh,
Like they say, there's one that was meant to be unable to be stunned, one that was meant to you can't jump over it, and one that like a Karagor, someone who actually can control Karagors, so you actually have to fight them.
I was like, because there's dialogue in the game where they're constantly talking about the fact that I'm going to train a Karagor the way the Gravewalker did. Like that one time I saw him, like running around, and then they never do. And we all know that we've seen the movies and shit, and orcs ride wild all the time. So why
do they have all these Karagors in cages in the middle of their fortresses if they can't use them? It doesn't make sense.
Luke, they're like the Karagors down the mineshaft.
I really hope they add all this stuff or some form of an expansion. Expansions aren't done enough anymore, and I would totally buy an expansion pack for this game.
Hell yeah, I would.
There's enough. I think there's enough content to warrant it. So just do it.
Luke, I've got an explanation.
What?
When orcs go mining, they take Karagors down with them in cages. And when noxious gases come through due to breaching, little pockets of poisonous air, the Karagors die, and then they know that they have to leave because there's poisonous gas.
They've got slaves. They just kick them down the hole.
I was going to say, they just put man filth in the holes, and they can
Man swine!
Man swine!
I never get over the whole cross sword thing. That's too cool.
Oh, it's so fucking great.
Cross sword thing?
Yeah,
like when you
first meet up with a captain, and if you get into close combat with him, it goes into this little sort of cutscene thing where it tells you his name, and then he has a little discussion with you about stuff.
Like if you attack a captain, he'll block the first hit, and you'll just sit there, and it'll zoom in, and you'll be on either side. Does it come up with verses? I can't remember.
No, I don't think it.
No, it just comes up with his name.
Yeah.
And you two on either side, like it looks like a versus screen.
Yeah.
And then he's like, you ran away. I'm gonna fuck you in the ass.
What?
And then
don't have
your
grog with you this time.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good.
Wow.
And if you can't get close enough after a little while, they'll just shout at you.
Yeah.
Across the. And that's when I got fought by the guy who just laughed, and he was just pacing back and forth, going, "Ooh, Jesus fucking Christ!"
Oh, that was great. Yeah, the one I met who just didn't talk. He came right up to me and he was like, "Ha ha ha!" I was like, Jesus Christ, that's terrifying.
Wow. Oh, he hasn't tasted man flesh in over a week, Nathan.
Man swine.
Man swine flesh.
You filthy trucker. I'm gonna start using fucking orc slang. Just in regular conversation. It'll be so great.
Oh, well.
I think that's all we needed to say about Shadow Mordor. I think we covered it alright there.
Yeah, pretty thoroughly, actually.
Did you have anything else you wanted to say? Because
I'm disappointed that I haven't played Shadow of Mordor yet.
Get it. Noob.
I've been too busy playing the Good Game Smash Bros.
Wow, those shit
Jesus
games.
Christ.
Wow.
I'm so mad.
I don't understand why you guys hate it so much. It's fun.
It's not great.
The combat is amazing.
I honestly don't understand why it's so popular. I've played it, and I'm like, this isn't fun. It's a clusterfuck on a screen.
I was like, I can do without this.
I can't deal with Smash Brothers. I just can't.
It's a difference of opinion, Luke.
Yeah. Yeah, some of us hold the wrong opinion and play Smash Brothers.
Wow. I wonder who that is. Oh, wait.
Yeah. 2 versus 1. This is a democratic podcast, so you are wrong.
Well.
You suck it, you minority.
I'll come back next week, stronger than ever, with bandages on me and a hook for a hand.
Oh, you dick. I'll throw it on fire, and you'll never know. I'll have a Karagor bite your legs off.
Jesus Christ.
Should we end on a high note then?